Good. It has started recording. So, a business is set to cease operations when all activity regarding the business is stopped. Right, it's stopped. That's it. Let's look at the rules here so that we can just move on. So the rule here,
Can you zoom out?
say that again.
Please, can you zoom in or zoom out a bit? I don't know.
Better now.
Perfect, sir.
So let's look at the rules for determination of business period. Now, the whole idea is where a business ceases operation before 30th June, the final year of assessment shall be assessed to tax on actual year basis. Where a business ceases after 30th June, the final year of assessment shall be assessed to tax on preceding year basis. Right. That's still like the idea. So that's our major focus. That when a business ceases after the 30th June, it's going to be on actual year basis and preceding year basis. If it is before 30th June, it's going to be on actual year basis. So let's quickly do this illustration. Illustration 1. Right? So we have Iteoluwa Limited. Has been in business for several years. However, however, due to the harsh business environment or the weak business environment, the company ceased operations. You are provided with the following additional information. Year to 31 December. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
2022, 11.9 million. year to 31 December 2023, 2.4 million. Then period to 30th of April, 24, 2.3 million. Oh, no, 1.3 million. Required determine the basis period and assessable profit for the relevant year of assessment and the due date for filing tax returns. Right. Solution. Let's go ahead. So since the business is 30th of April, right? So it's going to be on actual year basis. It's going to be on actual year basis for the year of cessation, right? So we have determination for business period, assessable profit, and due date for filing for 2023 and 2024 years of assessment. Mm, Business period, assessable profit, and we have due date. So the first year of assessment, we have 2023, right? So it's going to, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So the due, so the is going to be from the dates that we have here. So we have 1/1/2022 to 31 December 2022. Assessable profit here is how much? 11.9
9.
million. So the due date for filing is 6 months after the accounting year end. Right? That's the due date. That's going to be
That's
30.
asking if it's based on old rule or new rule.
This is the new rule. This is the new rule. Ignore the old rule totally. It's not applicable at all again. Where you asked, to, I mean, that one is, there's no need to rack your head around that one. So 2024, which is the penultimate year, is going to be on the preceding year basis. So the year before the company ceases is going to be on preceding year basis. So we have 1/1/2023 to 31 December 2023. How much is that? You have 2.4.
2.4.
2.4.
So the due date for filing will be what? 36
2024.
2024. Then under 2024 again, because the company ceased before June, was April comes before June, right? So you have
Yes.
1/1/2024 to 31/4/2024, right?
Yes, sir.
And how much is that?
1.3 million.
And what's the due date? So the date is also 6 months. So we have May, June, July, August, September, October, right? That's 31/10/2025. Right. So do you have any question?
Yes, sir. The last part, can you take it again?
So the date is going to be a day after the previous, right?
Yes, sir.
So a day after the previous to the date the company ceased business. right? So because the company sees the business before 30th June, we are going to have it on actual year basis. That's 2024. So the profit, and then the due date for filing is going to be 6 months after this. Generally, the due date for filing is 6 months after. So 6 months after April is May, June, July, August, September, October. So October is the due date for filing for this guy. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any question from our people?
Okay, somebody is asking question.
2024, 31st October 2024, sir.
Say that again.
The due date for the 2020, second 2024, 31st
Yes.
October 2024. You wrote 2025, sir.
Oh, sorry. So okay. I get you. I get you. Makes sense. Thank you.
And then April is 30 days, not 31st, sir.
Okay. 30 days at September, April, June. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Another one. So do our
Yes, sir.
colleagues have do our
Sir,
colleagues have questions?
someone asked my okay, like should please explain the due dates.
So the due date is the date that you must file with the tax authority, otherwise you will be paying penalty for not filing. So the date you expected to file to avoid penalty is called the due date, and that's 6 months from the accounting year end or 6 months from the date of cessation.
So someone is asking if it's applicable to both enterprises and public limited companies, something like that.
Do you mean if it's applicable to both private and public companies? Yes. But enterprises, by enterprise, I would imagine you mean supervisorship. That will be under the CIT, PIT provision, and since it's under PIT provision, PIT rule suffices. However, it is the same thing anyway. It's the same thing. But not under CIT again, it's under PITE, Personal Income Tax Act. Have I answered all the question?
Sir, some people are asking why we started from 2023, that they did not understand the first part of the calculation.
Okay, good. So obviously we start from where the question give us the data to start. So the question started 2022. 2022 will be assessed to tax on preceding year basis. That's only 3-year assessment, right? And that's from 1st January 2022, 31 December 2022. Do you understand? Does it clarify?
Yes, sir.
All right, any other thing?
No, sir.
So we can go on to the second illustration. Illustration 2. So same as above, except that the company ceased on 30 September 2024. So we are doing the same thing, nothing has changed, only that the company ceased in September, right? So September is the same thing. September is going to be after June, right? Is that
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
So meaning that since it's after June, it's going to be on preceding year basis,
Yes, sir.
right? 925. And if you count from September, 6 months after, you have October, November, December, January, February, March.
Much.
Right. So that's 31/03/2025. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Do you have anybody who asks questions?
Not
Hmm?
yet, sir.
Okay. So everybody's following.
Oh, 2026, not 2025.
I didn't get you. It's
If you
Did
24.
you
put
say
26, not
2026,
Did
not
you date is
2025?
correct? Did you date is correct? It's the basis period that is not correct. The basis period is supposed to be to September 2024.
oh, yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's go ahead.
Sir, some people are raising up their hand.
So let me, since I'm done with the topic or with the section, let me just move on. The note is for you, right? The note is for you. So you to always be your own. Don't worry. So let me allow some spirit. So only those who have raised their hand at this moment that will be able to speak. Oh, Mary, Olamide, Adejare, Michael, Barakat, Ese, Chukwemeka, Kasa. Okay, nobody. That's fine. So you see, they just raised their hand. It was a mistake.
I have a
No,
question,
sorry, sir.
sir.
It was not a
Wait, oh,
mistake. Sorry, sir. Mine wasn't a
That's, no, no,
mistake.
no, no. It's not
I
a
called your
mistake.
name. You didn't answer, and so it was a
Oh,
Mine is
mistake.
I'm
not.
sorry. I thought you were referring to
we
No,
something.
you
thought
just said you
you
just
were trying
answered it.
to count how many people that raised their hand. Oh.
Exactly. We didn't. I
Ah,
didn't say
no.
you were.
No time to check time.
Please, it was not
It's
a
okay.
mistake.
Move on,
Oh,
sir.
Okay, sorry, sorry.
No time
Wait,
to
oh,
check time. Yeah.
No,
So
sorry.
Mary, let's go ahead. Let's have
Okay.
a talk.
Mine was on
wait, sir,
the.
please. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello,
Please,
sir.
please.
Can
Mary,
you
Mine,
let's go
hear?
ahead.
my own question is,
Okay, it's not really a big concern. Mine was concerning the transition into the new law, but from what I got, I think one of those things, I think is recorded in our pack that transition has to take up to 6 months before they would implement. I don't know how true it is, but with your
Yes, that's
explanation,
correct.
it's clear. So,
Yeah.
clear.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
please, my
Just
question.
going. Hold on. There's some people that raised stand before you, so we have to follow that process. All right. So Mary, since I've answered, you can put down your hand so that it makes identification a bit easier. All right. Olamide,
hello, sir. My own question is, sorry, I just got
Adejare.
late. But my own,
I don't have a
No,
question, sir.
I will not answer you,
hello,
honest,
sir.
because there are people raised hand before you. So I mean, if I should jump because you're available now, it means I'm flouting my own principle, which is not too good, I think. Right? So let's do it one after the other. Olamide,
Okay, my question is,
Adejare.
um,
Who is
the
speaking?
material. Yeah, Adijari.
Okay, Adejare, please go ahead.
Okay, please, the materials for the earlier class. Please, can you kindly help us send it down?
I've
I
sent
think I
it. I
messaged
mean,
you.
I sent it to the group already. But in case you missed that, I will resend all the things back to the group after this class.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir.
Itelu, can you please let me follow that order? I think my screen is frozen.
Okay, sir. Mary. Okay, she has stopped. Olamide Kelami.
Just
I
call
don't
it.
have any question.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
go
Ese,
ahead.
Ese,
Okay,
Nwane.
sir, my question
So who's speaking now?
Who's speaking?
is essay.
Sir, can I ask my
Okay.
Okay.
question?
Let's say please go ahead.
Okay, sir. For the this second part that you did, I did not understand that 2024 that you just corrected. And also, I've been trying to get into the tags group. I've not been able to get into the group.
So how did you not get the link?
So the friend of mine that sent it.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. Just message me. If you have my number, just send me a message after this class. No,
I don't
now.
have your number, sir.
So my phone number 08146403715.
0814640.
It's on the screen.
Okay.
All right. So you can send me a message after. Okay, that's it. So let me go back. So the idea there is this: when a company sees operation, right, it's going to be on preceding year basis. If it ceases after 30th June, so this guy ceased in September. Obviously, September is after June, right? So it's going to be on preceding year basis. That's a year after 2024, and that will be 2025. And we said the due date for filing is going to be 6 months after the date the company ceased. So 6 dates will be March. That's where we have the due date. I hope I've been able to provide that clarification.
Okay.
But
Yes,
anyway,
sir. 6 months after September.
Please hold on one person at a time. I can't listen to two people at the same time. And please mute your mics to enable us get the point clearly. Right?
I hear you voice. Hello.
You don't have to do a low. All you need to do is just to raise your hand. Do you understand? You don't have to do a low at all. The only your expectation is raise your hand. And obviously, it's not a physical hand you are raising. It's just to click that button. And don't worry, hand will not pain you, right? Just hold it on, and Ite Oluwakishi will call your name, and then you answer. Do you get? That's all you need. You don't. Hello is distracting. I mean, this time I'm using to say this thing I'm saying now. I would have said 2 or 3 statements that will benefit everybody on the call. Do you understand? So please, let's keep to that order to make it beneficial to everybody. So I believe I've answered the person that asked the question. So Ite, please go ahead. Okay, Mary, Olamide, Chukwemeka, Isa Modu, Olushola. Chukwemeka, please go ahead.
Okay, sir, please. My question is, if the company sees their this thing in the year of the December,
In December.
yes, sir, they will
It's
still
okay.
have to move. Will they still have to move it 6 months after?
Yes, the filing date is 6 months after. So if you see December, the year of assessment is preceding year, and it's still 6 months after. So that's June of the following year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir.
Thank you.
So
Olamide Kelani.
Olamide, Chukwemeka, Isa.
Sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir, please go ahead.
Please, based on the rules that you gave before 30th June and after 30th June, and the question will solve the business's operation on 2024. Why do we now have 2023 in the basis period?
Okay, so the rule I gave only affects the final year, right? So the years before the company cease must be on preceding year basis. And the ideal thing to do every time is to make sure you use all the information provided by the examiner, except where you can prove that the information provided is irrelevant. Do you understand? So, in as much as the rule covers only for the final year, and the years before should be on preceding year basis, but because we have information that can help us compute for those dates, we have to compute that. But the rule basically is only applicable for the final year of assessment.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So after Yusuf now, I'm not taking any more question until the next batch. Right? So Olamide, Olushola, Muradiyo, Oluwatobiloba, Yusuf.
Yeah, good
Yes,
evening,
sir.
sir.
Yusuf.
This
Olushola,
Oluwatobiloba.
go ahead.
Olusola, okay. My question is on the first illustration.
Okay.
The last year of assessment, is it 2024 or 2025? Because I
It's
could
20,
see 2024 being repeated twice.
it's 2024.
Please,
Right? It's 2024.
we are having
It's
Hello,
it in
sir.
the
it's
second year of
2024
assessment.
because the company ceased before June.
Okay.
So if a company ceases before June, it's going to be on actual year basis. If it ceases after June, it's on preceding year basis.
So it's possible to have a year of assessment twice.
Twice. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right.
Hello, sir.
Welcome.
Yes,
Olamide
sir. This is Emmanuel,
Muradiyo.
sir. This is Morade Emmanuel, sir.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, based on your
Wait, let me say
explanation.
this. Let's reduce that sir. That sir makes me feel old. I'm not old actually. So let's reduce it. I've been trying to accommodate it all the while, but I mean the more I hear it, the more funny it becomes. You get
I understand, sir.
now. Okay, well, I don't think I can cope again, though, but I hear you, everybody. All right, let's go ahead.
Okay, sir. Based on your explanation, sir. So, can we say
Oh, call you Saki, you.
Okay, go ahead.
so? Please, can we say that for us to determine our year of assessment, definitely we can use our due date to determine our year of assessment.
Exactly. That's the
Yeah.
idea. That's the idea
Okay,
behind the
sir.
due date.
Okay,
That's the
sir.
idea behind the due date. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Oluwatobiloba. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. My own question is in exam settings or in exam scenario, can we have a question comprehensive enough that will carry the three situations of commencement, cessation, and this change of accounting date?
So the idea
Is it
is
possible?
your level. I have to be honest with you. I don't expect the examiner to say compute basis period and accessible profit. You've gone beyond that. You've run at English
Okay.
level. So you can't have a blend of both at your level. But this basis period I'm teaching you is very key
Okay. Okay.
to you understanding your number one. Do you understand? So your likely number one question is likely not going to have a blend of the three. But if it does, I'm sure you'll be able to scale it. And as we practice a lot of questions, I'm sure you will see what I'm talking about.
Okay. Also, all the questions we've been solving, we only have accessible profits. Can't we have loss in between along the line? And how do
We've
you
not
treat
done
that?
we've not done the topic. There's a topic called loss relief, right?
Okay, okay,
So I'm
okay,
going to
okay.
teach you loss relief as a topic, and that's my next topic. So in the next couple of minutes, I will answer your question technically.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome, sir. Yes, sir. Olamide
Um,
Yusuf.
hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir Yusuf. Yes, sir. The company ceases operation September 2024, right?
Correct.
But then I'm looking into this due date, which is the date for our filing, is
Yes.
2025. So I'm
Yes.
wondering who will now go for the filing when the company ceases operation?
The company has promoters now. The company has promoters. There are people working for the company. So if the company has promoter, the promoters will be the one to do that.
Okay, so even after it ceases operation,
Yeah, yeah.
they still
So
have
the,
to.
the people still exist, right? The people behind the
Yes,
business still exist. It's only the business that is not existing again.
existing.
So
Yes, sir.
the promoters will go and do the filing.
Okay, so all right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Otherwise, there will be cumulative penalty, and they will still be calling the attention of the promoters to the penalty, the directors.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Olamide and Umar.
No questions, sir, from Olamide.
Okay, good. So I think I've answered everybody. So let's move on to the next phase. All right. So the next topic now is uh loss relief. Let me meet everybody. So let's review. In reality, right? When a business makes loss in any year, right, the company will still be expected to pay tax in that year. You pay tax under what is called minimum tax provision. So the tax authority is then of the opinion that since you'll be paying tax in that year, so in the year that you make profit in the subsequent years, you should reduce your profits by your losses, right? So meaning that, say for instance, in 2024, yeah, please do what? Can you please read what you have there? Please do what?
Please zoom out.
Okay. So what we're saying
It
is
is
that
so
if what we're saying in essence is that, so let me put numbers to you to make it make sense. So if in 2024 you make loss and 2025 you make profit, so in 2024 you pay tax on that, or be a small amount of tax, minimum tax provision. Then in 2025, we will reduce the profit you make in 2025 by the loss. That's the idea of loss relief. So to simply put it, loss relief is a relief granted to a taxpayer for making losses in the prior period. Right. So there are two types of loss relief. Although some people call it three, and I think I called it three, yes. But ideally there are two types of loss relief, and you understand what I'm talking about now. So what is the first one? The first one is the current year loss relief, applicable to only individuals, and it is not available for property letting business, that's rental businesses. So the idea is that the income from one source can be reduced from, I mean, if you make loss from a business or from a source of income, you can reduce it from another source of income. What I'm saying is that I'm teaching you now. So let's assume this is a paid class and it's taxable, right? And I make a profit from teaching you. Then let's say I also I sell clothes, right? So I made loss from that clothing business. I can reduce the profit I make from the teaching business by deducting the clothes business from the teaching business, right? So it's the net position that I'll be presenting as my total chargeable, total income or gross income for tax purposes. But for you to claim this, you have to apply in writing to the tax authority. You have to apply in writing to the tax authority. Now, the second one is called the carry forward loss relief. But it's important for me to say that the current year loss relief is only applicable to individuals. Applicable to individuals. Is important. It is important I say that. Now, carry forward loss relief is a loss that is available to businesses, right? And corporate entities and individuals. And the idea is that loss you make from a line is deducted from a profit from, and sorry, loss you make this year will be carried to the next year. So the loss for previous year is taken to the next year to deduct from your profit. So what are the rules? What are the rules on loss relief? Number one is that the loss to be relieved from your profit should not be more than the actual loss made in any year of assessment. That's the idea. The loss to be recouped should not be more than the actual loss made. And obviously, what I'm saying now may sound a bit vague because of the Finance Act. But before, if you notice the whole drill, you notice that there is repetition of dates. And so imagine there is loss or there was losses all through that period. What you realize is that the loss will keep on, the losses will be added on each other. What that simply means is that you will have more than the actual loss made. So the law is saying that you not take more than the actual loss made. So the second rule is that loss is taken into consideration before capital allowance, right? Loss is taken into consideration before capital allowance. The next one is that when you are computing, right, you don't aggregate accessible profit, meaning that You don't deduct Dangote Sugar's loss from Dangote Source profit. Is the only, so each business are seen as independent, and you have to treat it as that. So the next one is that your terminal losses, that's the loss made in the year of cessation, or any unrelieved, unutilized, unrelieved loss in the year of cessation, cannot be taken backward. Cannot be taken backward. So any loss that you do not make, any loss that you've not recouped, or any loss that you've not recouped or relieved before the company ceases, once the company ceases OT law, it has gone. You don't go, you don't cast that way. So, and then like I said before, you claim your relief before capital allowances. Now, do we have any question here before we go to illustration? Do you have any question? So I have just Bisola and Adetuji and Omolola. Only the three of them. Bisola, Adetunji, and so losses can be carried forward indefinitely. Losses can be carried forward indefinitely. Current year loss relief is applicable to individuals where loss made from a line of income or a source of income is recouped from other source of income. So the idea is that if I am a sole proprietor, it's only applicable to individuals, not applicable to corporate entities at all. It's only individuals that can claim loss relief. Right. So Adetunji, Bisola,
Sir,
Mar,
someone said you should explain the current year relief again.
that's what I just explained. Okay, but I will explain again. So current year is applicable to individuals where loss made from a source is taken from another source of income, but it is only applicable to individuals, right? And that is the whole idea of the current year loss relief, where you absorb the loss in the year you make the loss. So you absorb the loss in the year you make, right?
Hello, good afternoon. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
All right, this is Adetunji.
Okay, that's fine. Please go ahead.
Okay, my question is not on the current topic. It's from the previous topic. So I always send chat, but I say maybe you're not seeing it. My fault that I asked earlier that okay, about the situation. You said you taught us the new rule, but I observed that during that commencement you taught us both the new rule and the old rule. So I'm asking why you are not taking us
Oh,
to the old rule too as well. So
the old rule is
that's
not applicable for cessation at all. Again, and the reason is this: the reason I taught you the old and new is that commencement covers 3 years, so you could have a spillover, but obviously the cessation rule, the new rule covers for just 1 year, so it doesn't make sense teaching you the new rule. I mean the old rule, beg your pardon. That's why I didn't bother teaching you, right? So, and don't expect it in the exam. It has gone like that. Do you
so
get?
now. Okay, sir. Okay, now that means that if they are given, no matter how long the year we are giving the question, I mean the date, we have to start from the earliest to the date of cessation.
Yes, exactly.
It's not as if we are doing maybe 2 years before cessation or
No,
even if
no,
it's
no, no,
five
no, no.
years before that. We are doing 5 years before the cessation. That's right.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's
Okay. And last one is that okay, the first class that we do commencement, I think we do the spillover, the transition of old rule to new rule. But
yes.
on the this thing that you're saying, I think I can't find it there. I think I try to check, but the transition, the one you saw transition from the old rule to the new rule, I'm not sure it's there at all. I try to
Okay,
check, it's not there.
if it's not there, no problem. So I will confirm that and just adjust the note.
Okay, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Umar, sir.
Okay, Umar. I've called your name over 55 times today now.
Sir, sorry for taking you back, sir.
No.
My question is with regard to business cessation.
Okay.
Sir, what will happen to post-cessation recovery if there is? Is it going to be charged to tax?
Do you mean what if there are profits in the year the company ceases?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously, so it will be subjected to tax. It will be subjected to
Okay.
tax.
Okay. The post cessation recovery will be subjected to tax.
Yes, yes, the profit. I don't know if recovery will mean the same thing as profits in the
Yes.
context you are
Profit.
using it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So, so if it's yes, it will be assessed to tax. It will be subjected to tax.
Okay. Thank you
That's
very
it.
much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Yeah, good evening. This is Bisola.
Okay,
So
Bisola,
it's
please go
not
ahead.
about any of the topics. It's just the this notes. How can I get this notes?
This one I'm using to teach you.
Yes, like this loss relief now.
I will send it to the group.
Okay, okay.
You guys are
Thank you.
getting my materials for free. Oh, God, I beg.
So,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Good evening,
Olukule, please,
sir.
All
sorry,
right.
Excuse me,
one
sir. Can
second.
I ask my question now?
Omolola,
Sorry,
please go
I'm
ahead.
supposed to go with the other people. Thank you.
Omolola, please go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, so two things. Please, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around understanding the cessation of business, and I don't know we're going to move into loss relief. So you already answered it, Sha, from the other person. I wanted to ask if there's a way we can get the notes.
Yeah, I will send
Then,
it to you.
okay, so is it possible we get, for instance, maybe a topic that will be treating this particular day, if we can get the note prior to the class so we can go through it and we already have an idea. So
So
we,
next
we
class I'll be treating capital allowances.
okay, thank
Next
you,
class I'll
sir.
be treating capital allowances.
All right.
I think that answers the last part of the question. So I should be telling the topics ahead.
Yes, please.
So next class on Thursday, I'm starting capital allowances. All right.
Okay.
So after capital allowances, I'm moving straight to adjusted profit.
Okay,
After
but we'll be
adjusted
getting these ones tonight here, so we can
by God's
study
grace,
before the thank
by
you.
God's grace,
All right.
you're welcome.
Sorry, Mr. Olukule, just 1 second. Can you permit me, please?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, I was like, on the old rule, so you do the same thing. Is it still the same thing that any post situation transaction will still be treated as like the day the
As though
company
it was on the
says?
date of cessation, Abi.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yes, that's the rule. So
All
any
right, thank
transaction in post cessation will be treated as though it occurred in the day of on the day of cessation.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, sir.
So
Sorry, sir. One more thing. And then this old rule and new rule people are talking about. This rule is 2020. There's a newer one which was past 2025 and is effected this January 2026. So please can we be clear on that? When they're talking about the new rule, is it the 2020 or this 2026? The
so
one that was passed last year.
the 2026 does not affect commencement, does not affect cessation. It only affects changes in accounting date. However, the institute said they are not testing it, so there's no need to do it.
Okay. Thank you very
But
much.
so I think we should. So I'll just accommodate Mustafa and Chukwemeka because Chukwemeka will change it for me if I don't call him this time around. So Mustafa and Chukwemeka. Then after that we go to start solving illustration.
Good evening, sir. Thank you
Okay.
for the wonderful
Mustafa,
class.
please go ahead.
Okay, sir. I say thank you so much for the wonderful session. We really appreciate. I don't know, sir. I have a question. Like this new rule you talk about of this loss relief. Is there what is the changes, please, between this new rule and the old rule? Is there any peculiar differences?
No, not necessarily. The only thing affected is capital gain tax. So it's better
Oh,
addressed when I'm dealing with that.
okay, capital gain tax. Okay.
Okay. All right. Chukwemeka.
Okay, sir. So about there was a note that you mentioned about the loss relief, where you said that when a loss is made consecutively in a year, that it should not exceed the actual loss.
Yeah.
Is that correct? So
Yes.
did you mean like if the company made a loss like in January made a loss on the February, March, April, May.
No, no,
When
no,
you
that's not
add
the
everything.
context. That's not the context. So now let me explain it to make it make sense. So I will explain it with commencement because that's even it was one of that rule that provision was passed actually. So the idea is this: remember the commencement rule. Commencement rule, the old one, the tipe one is saying from the date of commencement to 31st December of that same year, right? The
Yes, sir.
second year is saying from the date of commencement to 12 months period.
Yes, sir.
So most likely you are repeating the same amount twice, and the loss
Okay.
becomes compounding. But did you make the
Oh,
loss twice? No.
no.
So the law is now saying in that case where what is happening is just an overlap, what is increasing the loss is just an overlap. Then in that case, ignore the overlap and take the actual substance of loss that you make. That's all.
So would that not be as a result of just the old rule?
Correct. Correct. That's what I was saying.
But the new rule will not be affected by that.
No, no, no. It's not affected by it again.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, please, I have a suggestion.
Okay. Because of
So, like this taking of question. Yes,
we
this
have
taking of
to
question. Can we just make it like maybe when you want to, maybe if you want to take question, maybe like 3 questions, then or 4, so that you'll be able to teach what you have for us before the time elapses. Because once I'm
no,
not saying that it's not good to ask question, no. I'm not talking
it
about
is just if I
management
intend
of time.
I understand the point. Don't worry. We'll survive that management too. We'll get a time that people will not be asking a lot of questions. What's ahead of us? It's because they feel that no problem. I must accommodate as much as I can. Even that is also part. So that we don't have a relation process. That in, but no problem. I get your like thoughts, and I'm going to work with that. Okay. So let's go with me. Who's reading for me? Hey, tell me about. Have you given-
Sir, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. The Dorime Nigeria Limited, an agricultural company which was incorporated on February 1, 2012, commenced business on May 1, 2012. The company makes up its account to December 31st this
Hello,
year.
sorry. Excuse. Sorry, please. Give me like 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes maximum. I will join you now. 4 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
I'm back.
Yes, sir. I can't see the question.
So let's go ahead. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So let's go ahead. What do you
The
ask to
remain
do? So now, to make this question simple and to avoid a lot of stuffs, right? I'll do it this way. I'll do it this way. I will not determine the tax liability. I will only determine the accessible profits for this guy. So meaning that I will ignore the capital allowance numbers for the sake of this class. I will ignore the capital allowance numbers. And the reason is this. If I rush to do capital allowance when you don't understand the concept in itself, I think is bad, in my opinion, right? So I will not do capital allowance now. Do you understand? Do you
Yes,
get
sir.
what I just said now? That's it. So for 2017 to 2020, your assessment. So what do we have? You can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Hello.
Sir,
Sure, we can hear you.
Time. Okay, go ahead. What's the basis period now? 1/1/2016, right? To 31 December 2016. Correct. So how much is the loss?
80,000.
80,000 loss.
So it seems your network is
So
bad. Your voice is breaking.
uh voice is breaking. Is it like that?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Please, can someone else
okay.
confirm that? I don't know. Maybe it's my network
yes,
or.
it's breaking. I actually had to log out and log in. I thought it was my network.
So I've been thinking it's my network ever since.
He's not showing his screen. He has take off his screen.
I think he went to log out too.
Mm.
He's not on the call.
He's on the call. Oh, he's on the call.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Loud
sir.
and clear.
Yes, sir.
A lot better.
Much better.
Much better,
Yes,
sir.
I can hear you.
Okay.
You can see your screen.
Oh, interesting. So this is better. I just had to change my network.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, ma. Right. So we have 80,000, Abi. So we have unrelieved loss. carry down. How much is that? 80,000, Abi?
Yes,
Are you
Yes,
me?
sir. Yes, sir.
Then I will do accessible profit nil, Abi. We are able to move on from there. So let's do 2018 year of assessment. The basis period is going to be 1/1/2017 to 31 December 2017. Right?
yes, sir.
So is it profit
Yes,
or loss?
sir.
No, it's a profit.
So how much is the profit?
You have 40K.
40,000 naira.
40,000 naira profit.
Mm.
Then
So please, can you zoom in a little bit? The solution screen.
okay.
Okay,
So
perfect.
brought forward.
Oh, really? Lost
All right.
80,000.
So you are taking loss relief. You know you cannot give what you don't have, right?
Yes, sir. The my figure.
Unrelieved loss
Lost
carried down.
carry down.
So how much is unrelieved loss carried down?
40,000.
40,000.
Go to the kitchen and take rice.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Accessible profit. You have nil.
20.
Then 2019.
19.
You have
1,
1
1,
2018.
2018.
31
31st.
12 2018, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Adjusted profit.
20,000.
Right?
Yeah, unreally brought forward.
Plus how much is that?
40,000.
40,000 negative. So loss relief. You cannot give what you don't
Have
have, right?
20,000.
So
You
you
have
have
20,000.
so your unrelieved loss carried down will be how much?
20,000 naira.
Please, I
Negative.
beg you, if you've been struggling with capital allowance before, you've not understood the concept before, please try as much as possible to ensure that you are in that next class. Because that capital allowance, what I'm teaching you now, I said it's not going to come out in the exam. But these three topics, if we don't understand it very well, it will give us problem when we are doing our next topics. In fact, you will struggle with common income tax, pioneer, double taxation. You will struggle with next three topics if you don't understand these simple topics that I've just explained. So to avoid that, if you know you will not watch the video, it's better you attend the class. Does it make sense?
Oh, no, yes, sir.
All right.
Adjusted profit. 50,000. Positive.
So unrelieved loss.
20,000 negative.
Then loss relief.
Brought forward. Um, Loss relief.
So this time around, you can take the loss of 20,000, right?
Yes, sir. $50,000. Oh, 20,000.
20,000.
20,000. So there's no carry down. Or this time I
No.
have accessible profit. How much is accessible profit?
30,000.
So with this, I've illustrated the concept of loss relief. Do you have any question?
So someone asked something in the chat, but he said or she said, is there a restriction to the amount of loss to be relieved in the year of assessment?
No, there's no restriction. Losses can be carried forward indefinitely, and you don't have any restriction whatsoever in absorption of loss. All right. Do you have any other question?
Okay, sir.
Yes, we have two more questions. It says, please need explanation on the year of assessment. And
So the year of
sir,
assessment is on preceding year basis. Don't forget, ongoing businesses will be assessed with tax on preceding year basis. So since the first year is 2016, preceding year basis means it will be 2017. 2017 simply means it's going to be 2018. 2018 simply means it's going to be 2019. Yeah. Next one.
sir, please does the old rule not apply here? So you are using actual year basis.
So
So are
the
you
idea, no, I'm not using the actual year basis. The old rule does not apply for ongoing business because ongoing business will do normal business period. The rule does not affect normal business. So now I understand where the person is coming from. The person, they said the business commenced operation in 2012. Don't forget commencement rule affect 3 years. That's 2012, 13, and 14. So by virtue of normalcy, this company becomes an ongoing business. And there's no rule that whether new or old that affects the computation of basis period in that regard. So that means we will assume it's an ongoing business because obviously it is an ongoing business and is not affected by commencement rule. Have I answered that question? Have I answered the question?
yes, sir. She said you have answered. Okay,
Okay.
it says, please, in a situation where company have loss in particular year, will they have debt fund?
No. Because third fund is applied on accessible profit and adjusted profits deducted from loss relief gives us the accessible profit. So in the year where you make loss, there will be no third fund because it's 2.5 or 3% of your accessible profit. And obviously, if you have loss, if you have unrelieved loss, by standard, it therefore means there's no accessible profit, right? So technically, there will be no third fund for that year.
I'm sorry,
Next
sir.
question.
So what do you mean like this one now that they are still relieving loss? They won't
Yeah.
pay tax fund for that year as
Yes,
long
that's
as they are
that's
still relieving loss.
yes, because there's no accessible profit.
Okay, sir.
It is when there's
So sir,
accessible profit that's when we can talk. Third fund is on your accessible profit.
yes, sir.
And provided you are still having loss, it definitely means there's no accessible profit.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Someone is saying, is it that they won't pay tax at all or something?
So in
Sorry.
the year you make
Um.
loss, you will still pay tax. You will pay it under minimum tax provision because there's no total profit to be assessed to tax. But
Mhm.
obviously you still pay 0.5% of your revenue of your turnover, less frank investment
Okay.
income. So that will still make sense when I'm doing company income tax computation properly. You will still find a lot of scenarios like that. But you will pay tax when you make loss. And that's the idea of loss relief. To say that since you make loss, you still pay tax. So subsequently, you should be able to deduct from your profit. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Next
Okay.
question.
It says, what happens to the capital allowance in this question?
So I had said that you should ignore capital allowances. Since I've not taught you, it doesn't make sense applying. I mean, if I ask capital allowance now, if I try to do it, I will cause more questions than answers. So, I mean, let me wait till when you understand capital allowance, then applying it becomes a lot more easier. So I deliberately ignore it just to bring to perspective.
Okay. Somebody said from 2018 to 2020. Okay.
Mm.
Will the company be tax minimum tax or they won't pay anything at all? Ah,
There is minimum tax. There's minimum tax. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's minimum tax. Yeah, you raised your hand now. Why do
no,
So
no, no.
if I didn't what should I do? Eh? Who knows if you join our team after you qualify? So learn to do the don't do this time. Yeah, that was on a light time. I was just joking.
Yes, sir. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, so please, I don't understand what you just calculated at all. Please explain it
Jeez.
bit by bit. Please kindly explain the calculation again, sir. Like three
Okay,
people
so
say they
let's.
don't understand.
So what we've just done is this. Don't forget the idea of loss relief. Loss relief is that if you make loss, we will take it away from subsequent profit. Right. So you have 80,000 loss. Right. So this 80,000 loss is what you'll be taking away from the subsequent profit. So the first year after the 80,000, we have 40,000 profit. So we took the 80,000, but if you take 80 out of 40, you still have 40 remaining. So we have 40 that can be taken to the next year. So we'll bring the 40 to the following year, right? But you make 20,000 profit. So if you deduct 40 from 20, you still have 20 loss, right? Then if you take 20 from 50, you have 30,000 profit. That's the idea of loss relief, saying that the loss you make this year should be deducted from next year profit. So that's the idea behind the computation in itself. I hope that makes sense.
No reaction. Okay, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. So if
Okay.
there are no, yeah. So it
Instead,
means I can still do capital. I can still introduce you to capital allowance today. Then
I thought that fund is paid on adjusted profits, sir.
no, that fund is on accessible profit, ma.
So what rule applies for using not more than two-thirds of profits of relief losses, or does it apply to capital allowance? Question mark.
It's capital allowances. So capital allowance is saying we should restrict capital allowance to total of accessible profit, except for manufacturing and agro-allied businesses. But that's capital allowance ultimately. Yeah.
Mhm. Interesting. Is the minimum tax the 2025 new rule or the 2020?
Say that again.
Is the minimum tax the 2025 new rule or the 2020 rule?
The 2020, 2022, 2021 rule is what you apply. That's 0.5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the 2021 Finance Act 2021. Finance Act 2020, because of COVID, right, reduced minimum tax to 0.25%. But 2021 says it is 0.5%. So depending on the year of assessment, 2020 it is 2020, yes. So do you get what I'm saying? So for 2020 it's going to be 0.25%. For 2021 it is 0.5%. Obviously, I expect the examiner to set something recent. So you should be to
Okay, sir. Another person asked that, please, sir, will newly established company pay CIT and TEP?
yes, if they cross the 100 million threshold, yes.
Oh,
There's companies under the commencement rule, right? Yes, provided they cross the revenue threshold. It is when they don't cross that small business revenue threshold, that's when they are exempted. Does it make sense?
yes, sir. Okay. Someone also asked, what happens if the company makes loss again in the next year? Yes, sir, I can hear you. I said somebody asked
Oh,
that what
okay,
happens.
so somebody said no, sir. So I don't know if the no, sir is the response to does it make sense or can you hear me?
Yes, it's the person that asked the
But I'm sure
question.
it cannot be. Okay, good. I'm sure the person cannot. If you say no, sir, you cannot hear me, then I will ask you, how did you know the question I asked? So technically, it should be to the question. So what I'm saying is this: if you're a newly established company, right, you will still be paying. You are expected to pay CIT and TET, provided there is profit and you cross the revenue threshold. That's the 25 million revenue threshold for the old rule and 100 million revenue threshold for the new rule. Right. That's for the tax reform for the new tax act. So if you meet those, but if you make loss, right? If you make loss, then there will be no minimum tax for you. Small companies and companies under commencement are not subjected to minimum tax. But if there is profit that can still be okay for tax, obviously they'll pay their taxes. Does it make sense now? But I thought
Yes.
there's. Can you please read that?
He said, but I thought that
But
there's restriction for newly established company to be exempted for tax for 5 years.
that's pioneer companies. That's pioneer. It's not a general rule. It's for those in specific industries like agriculture, some manufacturing, some telecommunication. So it's not all businesses. It's not a rule for everybody. No, that's it. So pioneer, there's a pioneer status incentive for 5 years, tax holiday, but it's not for businesses. And in fact, you have some rules you have to meet before you can even qualify for that holiday. Right. There are about 71 industries that qualifies for that. Mm, yeah. So let's go ahead. Next
Okay,
question.
sir. The next question is, if a company declares loss, where does the company get tax from? Since revenue made has been swallowed by
Obviously,
expenses.
loss does not mean you don't have. Sorry, I'm laughing. It's the swallow that was funny to my ears actually. So the idea is that you don't have profit does not mean you don't have liquidity, right? So the idea is you should still have some liquid cash that you can still bring some tax out of in that year. So that's why it's a very meager amount. It's 0.5% of your revenue in that year. So if your revenue that should give about 10,000 naira. So 10,000 or 100,000 as the case may be. So that's very small, so to say, right? That's 100,000. So you imagine you make 100 million in revenue and paying 100,000 naira. So technically revenue is not swallowed. The revenue is not swallowed because you know that um there are some things that I mean what I'm saying in essence is this to not to make matters more complex for you. Loss is different from liquidity. So we expect that you should still have enough cash that can still pay that small amount of money relative to your revenue. Otherwise, you shouldn't even be in business at all. Right. And imagine if everybody is making loss and we say because they're making loss, they don't pay tax. But obviously, everybody will be making loss technically. I'm sure the accountant here will agree with me on that. Yeah. So, so next
Next.
question, Ite.
But you are too fast.
But I'm too fast. Oh, sorry
That's the
about that.
next.
Sorry about that. That's my speech. That's my speech deficiency. But again, if you don't understand anything I'm saying, I don't mind repeating myself multiple times, right? But maybe because of the way I speak, it sounds a bit too fast. I'm sorry. I can't. If I talk a bit slower, I tend to lose my track of thoughts.
Okay, sir. Sir, is there a limit to the number of years you can relieve the losses from? Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Peter, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
I
me?
think I think we lost him.
Okay, I think it's his network then.
Yeah.
Super.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry about
Yes,
that.
sir.
It was network. So what's the next thing?
Sorry. The person said, "Does is there a limit to the number of years you can relieve the losses from?"
No. There's no limit. So losses are carried forward indefinitely. I'm sure the person that asked the question, is used to the old rule. So the old rule says you could do up to 4 years, but the new rule has said that you can do it indefinitely now.
Please, sir. I thought the maximum year a company can claim loss relief is 5 years.
Yes.
Please,
Yeah,
kindly
so it
put
has
more
been
in that.
scrapped. It has been scrapped. So it used to be 4 years actually. So you can carry loss up to 4 years. But Finance Act 2020 has now said that losses can be carried forward indefinitely. Losses can now be carried forward indefinitely. All right. Next question.
Sir, does the new NTA not have effect on this minimum tax?
No. ICANN is not going to be asking you about NTA actually. So let's bother about that. Next one.
Okay, you've answered this one just now.
Okay.
Mm,
Do you have any other question? I think we're done with that.
So what?
So
Okay, I see.
go ahead,
Yeah,
please go ahead. I thought you are done with all the questions.
Yeah, like you've answered some question in between, so if I don't think I should repeat it. What happens if a company makes loss for straight 3 years? How should this be calculated, or what should be done?
You still be carrying the loss forward until you make profit. But if in practice, I don't advise any company to make loss up to 3 years, so because you will make loss up to 3 years. Yeah, actually, you call attention to yourself from the tax authorities. So it's not really very advisable that that is reported. But for the sake of what the law says, right? You is available for release, so you keep on adding it up until you're able to make profit that is sufficient to absorb the losses.
Okay.
All
There's
right.
okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sam. Is the tax paid on gross profit since the business is the tax paid on gross profit since the business made loss?
Say that again.
I don't know if the person was answering someone, but it says, is the tax paid on gross profit since the business
Okay.
made?
No. Okay, the tax is made on revenue. It's computed on revenue, not profit. It's computed on revenue, the turnover you make in that year. That's what the tax is computed on.
Okay, so
Good.
it says, sir, if a company makes loss persistently, let's say for about 3 years or more, and decided to cease the business, how can cessation rule and loss relief be applied?
So any loss you make and you are not able to relieve it, it is gone already in the year of cessation, right? So there's no the application is that there's no more loss for you, right, to relieve. So the loss will be there forever. Does it make sense? What I'm saying in essence is this: any loss you cannot recoup up to the year of cessation is gone forever. So I hope that clarifies the question actually.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, the other questions are just, let's move to capital
Education.
allowance. I beg.
Okay. Okay.
We did
No, we can't do capital allowance again today. My period is over already. So
we did the remaining time. Could you please do the recaps of today's class?
recap.
Hey, sorry.
So recap
I
basically
can
today
be
now. I cannot be anything. I've been teaching for at least God
no,
knows when now.
somebody said I can be unpredictable. What if they decide
No,
to
don't worry.
test the NTA, sir?
No, they
Will
can't.
be
They can't. Trust me. At least trust me. People have been
then no
trusting me, and there has been benefits for trusting me. So I don't think you have any fear as far as this advanced tax is concerned. Though, if anything is going to happen, I will tell you before the exam. Don't worry. So today we've discussed about we've discussed about loss relief. We've discussed about capital. I mean about cessation of business, where we said anything is not in your syllabus. Anything is not in your syllabus. Where we said that in the year of cessation, if the company ceases before 30th June, you will do actual year basis. If the company ceases after 30th June, you will do preceding year basis. So that's it. And then we discuss loss relief and all that. So I think that's all for tonight. Do those people who are raising their hands, are they is it that they want to ask questions or what's happening?
yes, if they want to ask question, but it cannot be typed or something.
The question is long.
It might
Jesus.
not be everybody because there are some repeated questions too, and there are four.
So I think therefore okay, good. Let's just accommodate the four and then we call it a day there. So next class
Mustafa,
on Thursday we'll do capital allowance. Please, I'll send the note on capital allowance so that you can read it. I will advise you to read it. Please read it before the class. It's very good. Right. So let's go.
sorry,
Just
Mustafa. Okay.
just call the name once so that
Mustafa
we can.
Mohammed Alat Oyelaki Oyekonsola.
Please, sir, what about tonight's
Yeah. Good
class?
evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. My question is based on the current laws we live. Like you said, the
Hmm?
laws incurred on like this particular source of income can be relieved against the other. But in the other paragraph, you also mentioned that any unrelieved loss cannot be set off like against the profit of another.
Okay,
So I
so
was
that provision under the rules is talking about businesses, but don't forget that the provision for loss relief technically is primarily for what's the word now? It's primarily for individuals. Current year is only for individuals, right? Current year loss relief is for individuals, but and that's why it is applicable. Current year can be applied, but for businesses, technically, you cannot apply that relief.
thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. This is Bisola. So, it's based on the question someone asked earlier that if a company is seasoned or as is closing business and they've not recovered all the losses, so that means when they are filing their tax, they're going to file loss and they're going to be assessed on their revenue. I just want to confirm that, please, on
That's
minimum
correct.
tax basis. Okay.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, sir,
Mustafa.
what about tonight's lecture
I will
quiz?
send it to you. I think we've concluded on that. I will send it to
Okay.
you.
All right, thank you.
We have Mohammed and Happiness.
Okay.
Mohammed and Happiness.
So I'm not sure they are.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm here.
There is
Happiness is
there is a question in the chat.
here. Happiness is here.
Happiness, please ask your question.
Happiness, okay.
I just want to plead with you to assist us with the material for the last class and
I will send it.
the okay today's
I'll send,
material and then so if it's to be
I will send
possible
all the
for us to
materials
get
that you need. Don't worry.
if it's to be possible for us to get the materials before the lecture time so that we can
I will send.
we may
I have. Yes, I will send that across.
okay.
Don't worry. I will send that across.
So my question is on the illustration, the first illustration you did. I
Yeah.
didn't get it. If you can assist me, just run through the first illustration.
So the idea is just that if the company ceases before 30th June, right, the year of cessation is going to be on actual year basis. And if so, that's just the rule we apply here. That's just the only rule applied to this question. So let me look at the question again. So this guy ceased in April. So is April before June or after June?
It's before June.
That's why we are doing it actual year basis. Right. So that's just related. Every other one is an ongoing business idea, right? Obviously, ongoing business are assessed to tax on preceding year basis. But the year of cessation, if it ceases after June, preceding year, before June, actual year basis. That's the rule there. All right. I think we have attempted to answer everybody.
So there is one on the group chat on the chat
Was that
space. A company that ceases operation with unrelieved losses and decides to begin operation after many years, can it relieve losses of the previous year be applied? I think that's what the
no,
person
no,
is
no, no,
saying.
no, no, no. So if you are floating a new business, that's a new business entirely. You can't bring old. You can't. How did you? I want to use one Christianese language there. You can't put the old wine in a new wine skin, right? So you can't.
Pastor,
So you can't bring the previous company's laws and then bring it to the new year. Yeah, you get.
that is spiritual taxation.
Yes, that's the general rule. The general rule
Thank you, sir.
actually. So 30th June, that's actual year basis. That's actual year basis. If it's 30th June, because the due date will still be December. right? The due date will still be December. All right. That's actually a basis if it's 30th June. I think I've answered everybody. Thank you very much for coming to tonight's class. If you have any other question, I sincerely appreciate your presence. Do enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
So,
Thank you,
much.
sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank